Hi, welcome to class. Let's get started with today's word of the day. Today's word of the day is calculate, which is a verb. It's something that we do. This one has two different definitions. It means to find the answer by using arithmetic, like used in this sentence. We need to calculate the answers to the questions on the math quiz. It could also be used like this, to figure out by reasoning. You'd better calculate the risks carefully before riding that old bicycle. All right, so calculate, use two different ways. It can either be a math calculation, you're doing some adding, subtracting, or something like that. Or you could be thinking about something, you're maybe adding up the risks or trying to decide if it's a good choice to make based on your reasoning. So if you're calculating the risks before riding an old bicycle, you have to think about, well, what could go wrong? Are the brakes going to go out and we're going to end up going too fast and have a crash? Or maybe it's just going to be hard to steer. If it's just going to be hard to steer, maybe that's not a big deal, but definitely wouldn't want to ride an old bike if the brakes were out, right? You'd be calculating a big risk if that were the case. Okay, now let's break this word into chunks to make it easier to spell. We have three chunks: cow, k, a, o, and always say each sound as you write the letters. Q, k, u, and then late. L, a, t, late. And this one has silent E on the end because we have this A consonant E working together to make a long A sound. Cow, Q, late. Let's put some I stoppers in there. And that's how I'd break it up so I could study it in order to spell it easier. Cow, Q with a long U sound right here, and then late. Calculate. When we break it up into smaller pieces and study each piece, it makes it so much easier. All right, I'm going to clear this. If you need a little longer, just pause the video. All right, be thinking about how you're going to use calculate in a sentence so you can post it on the Jamboard. All right, here's our word attack list. Pick your words and write them down. Pause the video, and then when you're ready to check your work, hit play, and you'll see how we do. Okay, in this first word, I see two F's working together to make one sound, and I also see CE. So I'm going to say S when I get here. So that leaves me with just four sounds. Off, off, and then is, office, office. All right, number two, I see IE. Those two can make either an E or an I sound, but that's it. Then I see that works together to make one sound. So let's start sounding it out. L-I or lie. I'm going to try I. Lie. B-r-air, brer. That's a chunk. Ease, libraries, libraries, more than one library. Now, library is spelled with a Y, but when we're making it plural, when we're showing more than one library, that's when we drop the Y, change it to an I, and add ES to make it libraries. In number three, I see CH. Now that one has three different sounds. It can be ch, k, or sh. So who knows what's going to happen there? All right, I consonant E. That's usually an I sound. We'll see if that works as well. All right, so we have match, match, and then ein, matchine. Wow, that doesn't sound like a word at all. So let's try a different sound for cha. Let's try sh, mashine, mashine. That's not it. All right, so let's change this sound. Let's try E because I consonant E can be a long E sound as well. Een, machine, machine. Sounds like machine, doesn't it? Yeah. So this word doesn't sound anything like the way it's spelled because we've changed so many different things. The A gets changed to an sound. The CH is a sh sound. And then you have IE making an E sound. Pretty unpredictable. All right, in number 4, I see 2 R's. That's going to be a R. And this is probably going to be an We'll see how that works out. We'll say each sound now. Air, mare, and then mirror, mirror. All right, let's look into the mirror and see how we look. In number 5, I see I and E working together to make a long E sound or a long I sound. But I'm always going to try E first. It's more common to be an E sound. Grief, grief. Please don't cause me any grief. Grief is trouble. In number 6, I see PH. That works together to make a F sound. Now the Y can either be an E or an I sound. Could be a Y sound, but probably not with a F right after it. So we're going to try a vowel sound. I, hi, fen, hyphen. A hyphen is just a fancy name for a dash. A lot of times we'll put dashes between words, but it's really called a hyphen. Like maybe if you were going to write the words 4th grade, it's proper to put a hyphen between those 2 words, 4th and grade. So this part right here is the hyphen. All right, in number 7, the CE works together to make S. And that's all I see that really works together. This could be an so we'll keep that in mind. Port, port, import, ants, importance, importance. If it's of great importance, it's really important. In number 8, your 2 R's work together and your 2 S's, and that's about it. Air, bear, embarrass, embarrass. Are you embarrassed about that? Embarrass. All right, in this word, I see OR. Those work together to make an con, d, duck, conductor. Conductor. A conductor might be a person who conducts an orchestra, or maybe a train, or a conductor might conduct electricity. Conductor. Okay, in this word, I see 2 S's, and OR might make the sound in this word. That's it. So let's just start in. Com, press, and then compressor. A compressor is anything that compresses. It pushes down, takes the air out, and makes something really small. Compressor. In number 11, I see OU. That can be ow or ooh or o or in, us, ominous, ominous, something that's ominous. It's kind of a creepy feeling. It gives you the idea that something really bad is going to happen. Ominous. Okay, I only see the OU in this word, and I'm going to try an sound. There are a lot of spelling patterns that have OUS where this is an so we'll give that a try. Us. Press, prestige, prestigious. Now I'm going to try an E sound here in both of these eyes. Prestigious. When we blend it together, it turns into prestigious. It's a lot of chunks, and a lot of people blend it into just being 3 chunks instead of 4 chunks. But if you want to learn to spell it correctly, you want to make sure you break it into those 4 chunks. Prestigious. If it's something that's prestigious, it's of high honor. People look up to somebody who's prestigious. Okay, I'm going to clear these off and head over to our sentence correction. All right, make your corrections on your paper and then check them to mine as we go. Is you going anywhere over winter break? Okay, well, that sounds like a very poorly stated question. So I'm going to go ahead and put a question mark at the end. That's the first thing I noticed. I think what they meant to say here was, are you? Are you going anywhere? Anywhere is one word, so we'll close that up. Over winter break, and then it's done. Both boys' helmets was black, white, and blue. All right, sounds like a sentence. It just needs a period at the end. Let's capitalize the first word. Both boys' helmets was black, white, and blue. Well, if it's helmets, we need to make this verb agree. It should be were. Helmets were black, white, and blue. And the helmets belong to the boys. All right, so boys is plural already. So what we need to do to show ownership is to put the apostrophe after the S to show the helmets belong to the boys. Both boys' helmets. Now, if it was just one boy, then we would put it between the Y and the S. But since it's plural, we have to put it afterward. Both boys' helmets were black, white, and blue. I will put some commas in here to separate this list of colors. And then we're done. Our family eats at Harry's Hot Dogs last night. Okay, sounds like a sentence. That's a good start, but there's a lot of things going on in this sentence. Instead of our family, it needs to be our family. Our family eats. But if it says last night, so I'm going to take out eats and say ate. Our family ate at Harry's Hot Dogs. Harry's Hot Dogs sounds like the name of a place. So let's capitalize Harry's. And Harry owns the hot dog, so let's put an apostrophe here. Harry's Hot Dogs, capitalized, last night. Night needs to be spelled correctly with the IGH, spelling that long I sound in night. All right, number 4, me and her are partners for the project. Instead of me and her, we could just say we are partners for the project. Or we could say she and I. So we'll get rid of this. We'll do she and I. For partners, we're going to get rid of the apostrophe and just make it plural by adding an S, partners for the project, period at the end. And number 5, Benjamin and Paul are kind, helpful brothers. Okay, well, that's nice. Glad to hear that they're kind and helpful. Let's capitalize Benjamin and Paul are kind, helpful. Let's put a comma here. They are kind, helpful brothers, period at the end. Stop, he yelled to the kids at the crosswalk. Okay, well, he yelled tells us that there's quotations here. And since he yelled, let's put in an exclamation point. Stop. Quotation. Capitalize the first word. Stop, he yelled to the kids at the crosswalk. Period at the end. All right, that should do it. I hope we found all of them. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. See you later. Bye.